Are you planning to visit Switzerland soon? If so, this video is for you. We'll be talking about transportation, money, grocery shopping, and more. Stick around until the end to find out where we went and how much we spent on an 8-day trip. Come along and get away with the maze. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anna. My husband James and I are traveling on a budget with PTO, and we like to share those experiences with you to help you plan your own adventures. Let's start with transportation. If you're arriving at Zurich Airport, take the arrival tram to the main terminal at the Circle. This terminal connects you to the train, bus, and streetcar to reach the city with ease. Zurich has several travel zones, and your train ticket will need to be purchased with that in mind. Don't let that intimidate you though. Just plug your destination into the ticket machine and buy the recommended ticket. If you need any help, a station attendant can help you. 24-hour tickets allow for unlimited use of public transportation in your desired city zone. We bought the 72-hour pass from the streetcar stop next to our hotel when we arrived. That way we wouldn't have to think about it every time we hopped onto the streetcar. If you're thinking about renting a car or driving in Switzerland, check out our video on renting a camper van, linked in the description. Next, let's talk about money. Switzerland is a modern place. Most retailers and restaurants take credit cards and wireless payment. That being said, you may want to consider getting a bit of cash if you plan to go off the beaten path. We knew we'd need cash for at least one of our campsites. To avoid fees at ATMs, we like to use Charles Schwab's investor checking account to withdraw from ATMs worldwide at no additional cost. We did find that credit cards and other forms of payment like Apple Pay were accepted nearly everywhere, including our rural farm stay. What should you pack to bring with you? Bring layers! We traveled in August and had days ranging from warm and sunny to near freezing and rainy. It's a great time to bring your packable puff coat and a raincoat. Bring shoes you feel comfortable walking around in. Pack your plug converters. Switzerland uses two types of plugs, Type C and Type J. Next up, groceries. There are several major grocery chains in Switzerland, including Coop, Migros, Lidl, and Aldi. Each offer ready-made food and fresh goods. If you're buying produce, you'll want to weigh it in advance in the produce section using the code associated with the item. The scale will print a barcode associated with your item's weight, and it's rung up with your other items when you check out. While we enjoyed our road trip snacks, we loved getting fresh bread, dairy, and meats along the way. Our grocery expenses in Switzerland really weren't that much higher than we might see in our grocery stores in America. Let's talk about language. Switzerland has 4 national languages: German, French, Italian, and Romansh. Since English is a global language, you may have some luck if you need some help at a restaurant or shop. You'll want to consider studying a little bit of German or French before you go, depending on where you plan to visit. Restaurants weren't a constant feature of our trip, but we were able to find a variety of foods without issue. Restaurants did not always have English menus available, nor did we expect it. That being said, we don't have specific allergies or sensitivities, and we can't speak to that experience in terms of ease of access. Let's talk about where we went. Despite the rain, we loved the Zurich city tour and visiting the Lindt World of Chocolate with Get Your Guide. Learning about the rich history of the city and country was a fantastic foundation for the rest of the trip. Geneva has a really relaxing pace. We had an amazing time making Swiss Army knives and enjoying wine in the breeze. Take the water taxi across Lac Léman and enjoy a bottle of wine at Ban de Paquis. We stayed at an amazing farm stay in Puff. It was a delightful experience. It was such a fun way to enjoy the countryside. Waking up in the morning to look out at the rolling green hills was amazing. Visiting Zermatt was probably the most expensive day of the trip. The Matterhorn was amazing to see, but accessing the neighboring peaks comes with a steep cost. We camped in Attermensen outside of Zermatt, and we took the train in via Ronda. Grindelwald was an amazing experience. It's half picturesque mountain town and half adventure park. If you plan on taking any of the ropeways, be sure to bring your raincoat. I saw too many tourists in thin plastic sheet ponchos that likely cost a lot of money. And unfortunately, those mountain winds whipped too much for them to be effective. After leaving Grindelwald, we went to Interlaken. Interlaken is a popular and low-key tourist destination. As I said earlier, we rented a camper van for a large portion of this trip, so expenses may not line up with yours if that isn't part of your plan. But let's break down the cost of our 2-person, 8-day vacation in Switzerland. I'm going to break it down by category. We spent about $365 at grocery stores. On a typical day, we would buy our lunch at the store to avoid spending excess in restaurants. When it comes to restaurants, we spent about $400. We did enjoy a nicer night out for our birthdays at a fondue place. We spent about $140 on gas, $175 on souvenirs. We spent a whopping $700 on train passes, tours, and other ticket fees. We spent about $330 on our campsites, about $950 renting the camper van with full coverage insurance. We did stay at a couple of hotels at the beginning and end of the trip. Those are about 42,000 credit card points and $0. For 2 people, we spent about 120,000 United miles. For the round-trip flights, we used United's Excursionist Perk. The Excursionist Perk allows you a free layover within the same airline region. That round-trip flight was $285 or so with taxes and fees, plus 120,000 United miles. We also purchased eSIMs from Airlo for about $40 for 2 people. 8 days and nights in Switzerland cost us around $3,600. That's about $225 per person per day. That being said, this flight cost did include our layover in Oslo, which we'll talk about in our Oslo vlog soon. Switzerland is by far the most expensive place that we've visited as budget travelers. I say that because we prefer to minimize cost to maximize travel time. We live within particular means to afford ourselves the opportunity to travel. We definitely could have tried other ways to make this trip more affordable. Likewise, it would have been very easy to spend more money on indulgent lodging and food. If you stuck around until the end, thank you so much for watching. We hope you found this video helpful. If you're planning a trip to Switzerland, leave a comment below. We want to hear all about it. Thanks for getting away with the maze.